This is the kind of move that tricks smart traders. It looks clean and it checks off all the boxes, but if we were to jump in early, we would regret it. In this video, I'll break down how I spotted the trap. I'll show you how staying patient helped to protect my account and my confidence. Let's walk through it together so you'll be able to spot it next time too. So here's how it started. We had clean structure forming here on this 1 hour chart. Price was making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows until we got down here to this daily trend line. A while back, we marked it on our charts during our newsletter session. So we marked it here, got all these touch points all the way from March, one in May. So on Tuesday, if we go back to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that price was coming right down here to this daily trend line, just like we had talked about in our Sunday newsletter. It was approaching this daily trend line and we said that it might bounce. That was one of our scenarios, or it might just break right through and then come back up and retest. So on Tuesday around 8 a.m. right here, I was looking at this bounce. And this is the candle that was forming, this one right here. And this is a green bullish candle, right? So we know that when a bullish candle forms, it opens low and closes high. So it opened low, and at some point we can see that this candle was taller than this one, which means at some point this was a green engulfing candle. And so it looked perfect as a bounce on our daily trend line. So I was considering taking it, but luckily I used my superpower, which is waiting, and waited for this candle to close completely. And once it closed, we could easily see that this would not have been a good trade to take because it was not engulfing the candle before it. So we did have a bounce, but it wasn't engulfing. So we didn't have a signal to get into the trade to continue up. So I would have lost this trade if I had jumped in before the candle completed. So I just wanted to point out that this area here was an area that we have to look out for when we're expecting or anticipating a bounce or anticipating something happening that we planned for. We've got to wait for that candle to finish completing. We've got to wait for it to close. And then once it closes, we can make a decision. So I didn't take many trades this week. Later on in the week, we can see that price did come down to this 4 hour zone and bounced off of this and went back up to retest this daily trend line. But my goodness, look at this wick. Look at the wick on this 1 hour candle. This was quite a wild ride on Wednesday. And so we know that in areas like this that we've circled here, we know that this is sometimes where smart and experienced technical traders might get caught. So we want to be sure that we cross all the T's and dot all the I's and be sure that we are waiting patiently and using our superpower to wait for the candles to close so we can make informed decisions before we take a trade. I wanted to remind you to join the free newsletter and to remind you that each week I answer a question that a newsletter subscriber has asked. So I can answer that for you in a video form with some visuals, which will be really helpful for you if you are learning to trade. If you'd like some personal help building confidence in your trades, the link is in the description. And if you'd like to support our channel, remember that we've got a tip jar in the newsletter and it's no pressure at all. It's a little something extra for those who have asked about it. Thanks so much for your support.